can be really good slow down. Oh boy, okay. Hey guys. I'm Kat, as you probably know if you're watching this video. But I thought I'd make a video kind of introducing myself and like a get to know you kind of a video, because although I may assume that people know all about me, and though I assume that people care, that's not always the case. So if you don't care, but you're still watching this video because you want to maybe care, then keep watching, because I'm just going to talk about myself during this video. I asked some of my followers on Instagram to ask me some questions, so I'm just going to answer them. I do have a cat. He's the best cat. You cannot argue with me on this. Let me get him. This is Lou. He was sleeping. Look at his face. He's 4 years old, and he is the light of my life, and he's also insane. How old are you? I am 28 years old. No, I'm not. I'm not 28. I'm 27. I'm turning 28 next month. It's already in my brain. I know I look 17. Eternal youth, baby. Did you go to art school? Yes. I went to Mason Gross School of the Arts at Rutgers, and I studied photography and a little bit of filmmaking, and but I've always been interested in drawing and illustration. It's just that when I decided to go to Rutgers, I didn't know that Mason Gross was more of like a fine art school, and I ended up really liking it, but yeah, I don't know. It was a state school, it was cheap, it was still good, but it's not what I ended up doing in the long run, so. But I learned a lot from studying photography, so it was still cool. Do you ever get imposter's syndrome? Yes, every single day. Maybe one day a week. I feel like I'm doing things right, or that I should be doing things. But yeah, all the time. That has not gone away. It's all good. Any memorable teachers you had in school, good or bad, and why do you remember them? Yes. I think I had more memorable teachers in high school actually than art school. Like the coolest teachers I had were my art teacher and my web design teacher. They were both really cool. It seemed very like invested and like wanting to see their students succeed, or at least see the students who cared succeed. And also, like, I had so many good teachers in high school, even like my English teachers, my like chemistry and physics teachers, like they were all very creative, and I think really showed that even if it's not like a creative subject per se, like you can approach it with like a passion and like a creative angle. It's okay. I have to learn how to take breaths while I'm talking. When did you start your art career, and when did you realize that like this is your art style? I don't know, it's hard to say, because in art school I did have trouble like calling myself an artist, because I think I was nowhere close to where I am now. I would say that my art career didn't like seriously begin until like maybe 3 years ago. And that's when I decided like, oh, okay, I want to do illustration. I'm gonna start like drawing every day. I'm gonna try to like sell some prints. And I feel like as far as deciding like what my style is, I really didn't say like, oh, okay, I'm gonna stick with this style. Like, it's good to experiment, but at some point I think it's good to like just be like, okay, people are responding to this. I enjoy drawing this way. I have to stick with this and not experiment as much, because it's kind of important to stay on brand as long as you keep enjoying it. You know, it's like you gotta make sure all the points are checked off, or however that phrase is. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Who or what are your main inspirations? I'd say some of my biggest inspirations are my friends who also do art and comics and illustrations. I know social media is kind of a drag sometime, but I love to scroll through my feed and see what everybody is making, because it makes me want to do better and try harder, and just see who I'm like following on social media, and everybody's amazing. I know that's kind of a cop-out answer, sorry. What does creating art do for you? It's very, I don't know, I guess it's very fulfilling. If I'm gonna be honest, very therapeutic sometimes. Yeah, it's just something that I've kind of always done and always want to do as far as I know. It's fun. Have a good time. How do you deal with low motivation to create? Most of the time I just kind of try to push through it, but if I feel like really burnt out, then it is helpful to just kind of give myself a break for a few days, watch some movies, you know, go for a walk, which I rarely do anymore, but sometimes walking is helpful, and just kind of like just giving my brain a break. What's my least favorite color? It's probably like a cool purple. It's like, oh, you know what? This is my least favorite color, my deodorant. You know, there's a time and place for everything, because I like most colors, but I think I'm rarely going to use this. I'm going to use my deodorant a lot. I'm not going to use this color. Okay. How did you develop your style? That's always a hard question. I don't think it's a bad thing to like pull bits and pieces from like your favorite parts from other people's work.
Hi, so I'm editing this video right now, and I realized that I did a really bad job of explaining. So essentially, it's good to look at other people's work, see what parts you like, and then let that influence your work, but just don't straight up copy somebody else's style. But I think everyone's style is a combination of other styles that they've seen around, so it's just about letting other people be an influence, but in the end, drawing every day and figuring out what works best for you. I don't know if that was a good explanation either, but that's what we're gonna go with.
If you could only keep one style of art making, like using pencil, pen, various paints, tablet, etc., I guess what would I use? I pretty much 95% of the time I'm drawing digitally on my iPad, so I'm probably just gonna keep that. I like to have more control over like my lines and colors, and that's the easiest way to do it. So yeah, I guess I would keep my tablet. How did you start making comics? How did I start making comics? I think it was definitely seeing some friends of mine get more into it and really enjoying what they made. Like my friend Meredith was a huge inspiration for me, and Meredith's autobio comics were just so like beautiful and thoughtful. Thanks, Mer. Love you. Share some music. Ooh, okay, that's rough. Well, I mean, it's not, but I really am loving the new Fleet Foxes album, sure. Been a Fleet Foxes fan for forever, so I just want it to be 2009 again sometimes, so thankful for that album. I like the new Lamelda album. Hannah's Sun is an amazing song. The new Blackpink album, love it. Here's a fun one. What do you like about Sailor Moon so much, and who's your favorite character? Tuxedo Mask. Come on. Who, like, what? It's gotta be Mamoru / Tuxedo Mask. But, okay, my favorite Sailor Guardian, or Sailor Scout, whatever. I think it's a tie between Sailor Moon and Sailor Jupiter, because they're both really tough, and they both have dark hair. Like me, so. My favorite food, M&M's. Does that count? I don't think that counts. That's a candy. Somebody asked that I mentioned having PTSD and to share more on the subject if I feel comfortable. So I'm not gonna share like details because that's probably not appropriate for this video and it might be like triggering, but I do have PTSD due to like childhood trauma. So that involves a lot of anxiety. It involves being hypervigilant, which means that like my body feels like it's alert all the time in certain situations. Like my therapist had described it as you know, the feeling when you're walking down like a dark alleyway at night and you're like really alert of everything that's going on. Well, my body kind of feels like that all the time. And so it's like a stress thing. Like I didn't know I had PTSD until about a year ago. But yeah, a lot of people think that it's just like a Vietnam vet thing, but a lot of people actually have it. And it's, you know, it's not fun. But I think I am doing much better than I was even a year ago. I still have a long ways to go, but getting help is cool. A big thing for me was Open Path Collective. I've mentioned it a few times in different posts and comics and things like that, but I'll link them below, and they are a great source for more affordable therapy. So check it out. Okay, going from PTSD to what conspiracy theories do you believe? The first thing that I thought of right away was that Elvis is alive and Paul is dead. What's your favorite song and movie? My favorite song right now, I don't know. My favorite song right now is Waiting in Waist High Water by Fleet Foxes. And maybe my favorite song of all time might be, the first thing that pops into my head is Let Him Run Wild by the Beach Boys. Favorite movie? I think, okay, I don't know. Alright, if we're counting movies that I'll watch over and over again, Pride and Prejudice and You've Got Mail. What's the most impulsive thing you've ever bought or done? This definitely doesn't count, but every time I've had to buy a car has felt impulsive, even though it's not because I needed a car, but never feel ready when you have to buy a car. Okay, my pastimes and hobbies. I love to play video games. I love them RPGs. Love that Final Fantasy stuff. Just give me like hot anime characters, maybe a dating scenario. Oh, Legend of Zelda, favorite series of all time. I also like to roller skate. What are your favorite socks? Glad you asked this. This is a great question, thank you. I have prepared this answer. So they're a little dirty. They're not dirty, they're clean, but they look a little, you know. These are my roller magic socks. Last but not least, how many siblings do you have? Who is your favorite and why is it Sarah? Wow, this definitely was not asked by my sister Sarah, but I have 3 other siblings. I have an older brother, I have 2 younger sisters. I love them all equally, but especially Sarah. Yeah, so that concludes my question and answer session. I hope you learned just a little bit more about me. Just going off the top of the dome for the most part. But if you have any other questions, what the heck? Just comment and I'll answer them. I'm here for you. You're here for me. We're here for each other. Listen, come on. I'm gonna get up close. Just like this video for me, okay? Like and subscribe. That would mean a lot to me, okay? I'm gonna back up because we're gonna social distance right now. I'd love to see you again. Come back to this channel. Watch me draw, watch me talk, watch me know what I'm doing at all times. But I will see you later. Love you, and I'll see you next time.